Hi there, this is my Sniper Ghost Warrior review. Now I love playing the role of a sniper. Using stealth and picking off targets from a long distance can be very satisfying. Now, Sniper Ghost Warrior doesn't really have a backstory. It's basically a series of missions where you're after a high-profile target, meanwhile disposing a lot of generic enemies. Now the first thing you'll notice playing this game is the fact that the graphics really look very beautiful. The jungle environment is really lush and just beautiful to look at. But the fact is that there isn't much else than jungle, so that's kind of disappointing. Moving on to the actual gameplay, the sniping action is quite satisfying, but not that much. This being a sniping game, I had expected the game to have real advanced ragdoll physics, meaning that shooting an enemy in the leg or in the torso and in the head would have a lot of, a big variety of results and animations, but it just doesn't, that aspect of the game is not very polished, and that's really a missed opportunity, I think, because I would have really liked that if you shoot an enemy and they would just not trip over and die, but basically get wounded and try and crawl to cover or something like that. But that, don't expect that to be in the game. Now, I love those old Tom Clancy games where you could set up a perfect shot with a companion that you could send at a certain spot, and meanwhile you go to another spot and you basically could make a perfect, make two perfect kills strategically. Now in this game you get a companion, but strangely enough you can't give him basic commands. He's just there, and his AI is a mixed bag at best. Sometimes he'll shoot at enemies, but most of the time he'll run off, leaving you to clean up the mess. Now, back to the sniping, it works well, and the if you get a headshot, a little video, a bullet cam kicks in where you could trace the trail of a bullet from the rifle to the victim, and that looks really nice. The little cloud of blood on impact feels superficial and tacked on. That's not really convincing. The AI of your enemies is not very convincing as well. They basically stand there, do nothing, and once the shooting starts, they do run for cover sometimes, but it's just not that convincing. Now, the interesting thing about this game, and that's a good thing, is the fact that after the shoot, once the shooting starts, the game shifts gear into first-person shooter. Though don't expect anything like Modern Warfare quality-wise, but the shooting is fun. You get some weapons like pistols and rifles to use, and it works well, and it's action-packed. So that's what I want to say. The game has a number of glitches where enemies get stuck in the environment or start, moving strangely, and that makes me feel that the game is really cheap and needs a lot of polish. Now maybe there will be patches released to make that work better, but it feels not really tested completely, game tested. Now, all in all, I'm going to give this game a 6 out of 10. I had some fun with it. Pick it up when it's cheap, and you'll have some fun too, I think. So, thanks for watching.